Hey man, this is super cool to be able to chat with you. I'm a fan of yours, and this movie totally blew me away.
Oh, thank
In a
you.
good way. But it's bonkers. I wish I could talk to you for like an hour because I have like 100 questions.
Oh, let's run into each other some other time.
Yeah, man, I'd love that. So let me just start off with my basic question for you, which is, did you get what you were looking for when you did this, man? Did you find it internally by the end? I don't want to spoil anything, but
Yeah.
you know, it seems like you got some respect from some of your peers, but did you find what you were looking for internally?
Yeah, that's really what the big lesson was, that I found that what I really needed to do was love myself.
Hmm.
As corny as that sounds, there's an element of that I was just beating myself up for years, and it kind of literally like took on a personification of actually beating myself up or getting
Right.
myself beat up. So once I sort of came to terms with that, it's made life a lot easier, to be honest.
What does that say about Hollywood that when given the option for you to try to redeem yourself in one of the two ways, that this is the route that you took? Uh, I mean, are you still, is there still something there on your acting career that isn't fulfilled?
Absolutely. I mean, in Hollywood in general, I've been in this business 30 years, so you go through these roller coasters, highs and lows of your. It's literally connected to the project you do and how it does out there. So
Sure.
then they kind of, once you get hot, it's a lot easier to get roles or pick the films you want to do. But when you're sort of in the downside of Hollywood, it's impossible. I mean, you're doing these films that you don't never know if they're going to turn out well. You're doing a lot of stuff just to work, just to stay active, and then it's not really enough to live off of.
Sure.
So yeah, there's a lot of kind of things about Hollywood that are tricky. I've never been a really great auditioner either, so that's been like that makes it hard to get jobs if you don't do a good job interview. So
Even for then for everything that we saw you go through in this documentary, then is it in some ways harder? I mean, are you finding it harder to uh, get that, you know, acceptance in Hollywood as opposed to in this wrestling community? I mean, because you literally get the ever loving shit kicked out of you
I do.
over and over again in this film.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, just yeah, talk about that, I guess.
it really became a matter of of the whole loving yourself aspect goes to career too. So then you don't place as much importance on all that. You don't take things as personally. It does change your perspective of that kind of it defines for you what's important in life and you know what makes you happy. So that's where I am now. Like I just want to do projects with people I love that make me happy and feel fulfilled, and that hopefully entertain people because that's ultimately what my job is.
Was there a fear in making this? I know in the film, you talked about how your feelings in terms of your acting career were that people were had started to not take you as seriously as earlier in your career. But this movie is really bearing who you are, and you're a lot about your soul. I mean, this is a very kind of vulnerable thing. As funny and as action packed and everything as this movie is, there's a lot of vulnerability that I found in it. Is there a fear of that you're kind of revealing yourself more than you ever had before?
It's hard for me to watch.
Sure.
If that's fear, I don't know. I've never been big on fear. I've never
Okay.
let it really drive me or stop me from doing stuff. So to my detriment a lot of the time. But you know, um, so I'm not really concerned about how people will look at me. I mean, it is a film. They do selective stuff and they're telling a specific story. So I get all of it. I just think the best art comes from truth. And you know, being honest and vulnerable. So that's what we sought out to do. My wife is an incredible producer. She produced this, and she did such a great job. And working with David Darg and James Price, these incredible directors, they actually kicked me out of the editing room, even though I'm a producer, because I was too close to certain things. And
Sure.
but that shows you like an ability to kind of not control everything. And when you can give up control and trust people, I think it's a better film because of it.
Hey man, my time is already out. Like I said, I would love to dig deeper. But you know, for what it's worth, I wish you the best, and you know, not only professionally but personally.
Thank
What can
you.
you leave people with who maybe who aren't into wrestling, this is coming as a shock to them that you even did any of this?
Yeah.
What would you say to people in order to maybe have them check this film out?
Well, I've set out to do this film to prove that I'm a champion, but I want everyone to know out there that you're a champion. You're a champion of your world.
That's
I'm
good.
the champion of my world. We're all the greatest. Like Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. He was saying it for us to say it too. So believe in yourself. Don't let anyone stop you, and follow your dreams.
I love that, man. All right,
Thank
David.
you.
Thank you so much for your time, man. Take it easy and best to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
All right, man.
See you.